So you might notice that I am looking pretty comfortable right now because I'm finally sat on our new sofa, which means that my living room, lounge, sitting room, front room, whatever you want to call it, is pretty much done. And I can finally say that after what feels like a good few months of doing it up, basically, from stripping the wood chip wallpaper, pulling up the carpet. I've had family surprise me and do loads for me. I've had to, you know, get rid of lots of stuff, save up for lots of stuff, but I'm finally here. So if you want to see how I've styled it, what it looks like, and have a little nosy at part of our lovely family home, then stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll go straight into the living room tour. So I wasn't really sure how to start filming this. I thought, oh, do I do lots of moody shots and put dramatic music over the top, but it didn't really feel like me. So basically I'm going to talk you through it. So this is the door that you come through. We used to have 2 doors in this room, but I decided to fill one of them in. I'll show you where the other one was in a minute. So when you come into the first part of the room, which is what we use at the moment as a dining area. So you can see we've got the table, we've got the and the dresser in there. And that is how we're going to keep it for now. We're thinking about maybe moving our dining table into our conservatory and making this more of a desk space, but we're not entirely sure yet. But either way, it's pretty awesome to have this all nice and clean and tidy. So now if I turn around, you will see the rest of the living room. As far as I know, it used to be 2 separate rooms in this house, but the previous owners made an archway through, which I really like, because I'd rather have all that space and light rather than 2 separate rooms. And it's a great big room that we can all like sort of play in or watch telly in all at the same time without feeling cramped. So this is just a glance what you see under the archway, and then I'll show you some more in a sec. So the first thing you'll see on your right as you come through the archway is William's little reading corner. The little chair is from IKEA. I'm sure lots of parents have them. I've seen them everywhere. And there's also a little IKEA hack with his bookcase, which I'll show you in a second. The pillow, little cushion there, the Wonka golden ticket, is from Better Living, as far as I remember. I saw it and I kind of had to have it because I wanted to really bring books into our house, and I love Roald Dahl. As you'll see in a second, I've got a few other bits from him around this room. I also used the IKEA spice rack hack by making it a little bookshelf for William. We've got some Christmas books on there at the moment that he'll be reading in the run up to Christmas. Speaking of Roald Dahl, I've got a collection here that my dad brought for William when he can't have even been a year old. We obviously haven't quite got to Roald Dahl yet, but I love having them there along with the crocodile, which is obviously from one of his books, and I like having him on top of there. It makes me smile. Again, I keep saying that, but this room just makes me so happy. And then here is a quote, which is, "A room without books is like a body without a soul." I'm a huge bookworm, and it appears that my son is too. The light's not going to be great here because obviously I'm facing directly into the light, but this is our lovely bay window. The curtains again are from IKEA. I had to get 2 sets because it's just such a big window. I love this. It's so nice and bright, although you can't see it yourself because the camera refuses to pick it up. We obviously have the IKEA storage units here along with William's toys, which is really useful because there's so much in there. The windowsill is full of little knickknacks, whether or not it's little flowers. There are some Halloween decorations on there at the moment, and a decorative chili and ivy there, which I just think brings the outside in because you can see my front garden. And I love looking at it. I love how bright it is, and I love how everything ties in really nicely with the view outside. So if you turn the other way from the little book corner, you'll see our sofa and our chalkboard fireplace and television. So the sofa was from Harvey's, and I absolutely love it, don't get me wrong, I really do love this, but it actually took 15 weeks to arrive instead of the proposed 9 that we were told. So we were really kind of miffed about that, just because we promised our sofas to a friend, because we wanted to give them on to someone who would benefit from them. So it wasn't really us that was just affected, but it is absolutely massive. I don't know how I'm supposed to show you the scale of it really, but it's absolutely huge. It's a corner sofa, obviously. It's called the Lullaby left hand corner sofa, and I can fit my whole body along the back section there quite easily, so that just gives you an idea of how big it is. Then up at the back here we have the photo wall, which I'll go and show you a bit more of now. So this photo wall was meant to sort of resemble, or at least like just show us as a family. So we've got various quotes on there. We've got the letters C, M and W, and it just kind of represents us in various different ways. And this is just another view of the sofa. Obviously again you can see it's massive. We weren't quite expecting it to be that big. For some reason in the showroom it didn't seem that big. But just behind the sofa I have some prints again that I printed off at Pologram, which are pegged onto some sort of string, like I can't remember the name, twine, that's it. So it's pegged onto some twine to make it a little bit rustic still. And then I have this letter banner, which I made myself. You can buy kits. And You Are My Sunshine is something I used to sing to William when he was tiny, and I still do. And it kind of just represents the yellow touches in this room as well, and how happy the room makes me feel as well. If you were wondering, the cushions are all a various sort of collection of things. Most of them are from George at Asda, well, or Asda Direct anyway, and then the striped ones, of which there are 3, are from H&M. The George ones came with stuffing, which was great, but the H&M ones I had to buy separately, which I thought was a bit of a rip-off, but never mind. I really loved them. They had a bit more support when you sat on this squishy thing, and it adds pops of colour, because I don't know if you've noticed so far, but the main colours in this room are kind of like neutrals, whites, greys, yellows and blacks, with like touches of blue here and there as well. I am now sat down on my sofa, because walking around filming this and holding a camera in the air is hard work. But this is our Chalkboard Fireplace. I actually made this myself from getting the MDF cut and buying the surround from eBay and things like that. I put a post on my blog, so I'll link that down below if you want to find out more. It's got an autumn theme chalk sort of drawing on there at the moment that I've done with leaf bunting. Again, there's a tutorial on my blog if you'd like to see how to do that, and I just love how it gives a focus to the room. It's a really warm room anyway, and I didn't think it would benefit from a fire at all, but I wanted to have that focal point. And I'm really pleased with it. The pot here on the right is actually my mum's, and the reeds in it were also belong to her, but I painted that with Annie Sloan just to tie that in a little bit more and add another pop of yellow. And then if you look up, you will see Mr. Stagg here. He's from Oliver Bonus, and I absolutely love him. These 3 shelves are actually from Amazon. I'd seen them in a magazine via Pinterest, but I couldn't actually find any myself, so I did manage to scour some out on Amazon, and I love them. I just love how like they're obviously floating shelves, and I like displaying little knickknacks on them, and they just add a lot to the room. So yeah, that is my living room. You know, sometimes it is covered in toys. There are bits of like animals and toys and cars all over the floor a lot of the time, and you know, it is plumped up for show. I have tidied it up a little bit, and you know, but it's home, and I love coming back here after work. The rest of my house is not in a state of like this at all. There's a lot of work still to be done, so it's really nice to have somewhere that I can come to with my lovely family and relax. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, you want to know where things are, I will try and do a blog post with everything listed with links, so you can click and get them for yourself if you want to. But thanks for watching, and if you want any other sort of housey room tours, any tutorials or tips or anything like that, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!